Just wanted to thank everybody for the comments that we were getting about our little kind of predicament that we're in at the moment. And just before I kind of start, I'm just going to go through some of the comments, because basically a lot of these comments are pretty valid, good information for different people. But one thing I just wanted to sort of put out there before I started, the other night I was actually having a little look back through my Fiat handbook, which from the word go in the BÜRSTNER, we've always kept the BÜRSTNER book and a couple of the Fiat books in here in this folder, and it's always stowed away up in the top cupboard above the fridge. But anyway, so yeah, so there's the BÜRSTNER book, and then I was having a little look through this, the Fiat handbook, and basically I don't know if anybody, I thought I'd just sort of put this out there, because to be honest, I didn't even think about this the other day we were in Europe. So just before I start as well on that one, just the trip, I think the thing is, guys, I think a lot of people understand the kind of people where we are, and how sort of passionate we are about our trips and stuff. And it was just we're kind of back in England now. It comes to the end of September. It's raining. It's getting a little bit colder. I've just put my DeLonghi back in here because it just felt a little bit, I'm I've got to get my DeLonghi and just keep it all aired out. And so I've just come in, got the lights on, getting the feeling back a little bit, do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, the kind of people that we are, that we were so passionate for that trip, my mind, all the kind of things we wanted to do, and it just broke away, do you know what I mean? Admittedly, this year, guys, the weather was not as kind as it was last year. We were running a little bit late. We'd have still been in Europe a year ago this time, and yeah, and it was a lot better, the weather. And so that is the kind of the reason I was just so devastated, the fact that it was just not even given an inch. It was just not happening at all. And all them kind of places that I'd sort of scoped out, and I know it's achievable again in the future. It's something to that we can get back to at some point, but it was just all that kind of the kind of planning behind it. There was just so much going on in my mind, and it was just all falling away around me. Anyway, going on from there, maybe what I should have done was got the Fiat camper assistance book out of here. So I'm carrying this around with me. I'm literally, everybody's going for their phone, aren't they? And I'm kind of straight on Google, Fiat professional garages and stuff like that, where we sort of didn't get, I don't know whether anybody has actually used guide to the service network. There is Italy, there is kind of a lot of places, and I haven't actually researched any of these and see what the kind of reviews are. Maybe I need to do that, and just sort of peace of mind. But I think definitely in the future, and this is kind of all over, where we to? It's hang on, let me just have a look in the front here, because it tells you it is Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, even Croatia, Estonia, Finland, all over Latvia, Lithuania, Hungary, Spain, Slovenia, Portugal, Poland, Holland, and I didn't even, and it's full up. Anybody used any of these people? Has anybody used this book? Maybe I need to take a load of pictures out of this book and get it uploaded. What do you think? Because obviously when it's just, I like to, everybody goes for the phone for information. I was actually, when I wanted the fuel filter, I actually screenshotted the part number from the video that I'd made, because it's sort of like, here we go, here's the part number I need, buddy, you know. But yeah, just out of curiosity, but I'm gonna, in the future, I need to make sure, or, you know, at the end of the day, if someone gets in trouble, I'm always on social media. Hey Joff, what was that place you recommended in Italy? What was that place you was there anybody in Spain that fixes these Fiats? So maybe in hindsight, it's just another little learning curve that we, and a lot of people have like commented, Joff, and you guys are totally right, you need to get over your problem and let's like push on and move forward, and you might not have another problem for 5 years. So that, at the moment, guys, is the kind of like attitude we're adopting. I think I'm gradually getting over the bit of the doom and gloom over the Fiat issue. It seems to me, let me just have a little look through then. So yeah, obviously we were maybe stabbing in the dark a little bit, maybe just sort of like throwing the toys out of the pram, just trying to sort of like look for another option, let's change. But like people have said, there are absolutely thousands and thousands of Fiat Ducatos out on the road, and plus the fact I think until we've had this issue, a lot of people haven't sort of mentioned they've had a bit of a problem with their van. You know, Joff, we had a problem with our van, we had like this and we had that, and stuff like that. I'll start with the ball. I'm going to quickly run through some of these comments, guys, just for the information. I will actually start with a little bit of humour, because Rod Carter actually said, Fiat, it's fix it again tomorrow. Rod, behave. We don't want to hear that sort of stuff. And then it's Mocha French, get it fixed, keep the van, you love the we struggle. We really struggle to find, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, over another weekend, me and Caroline have been like chatting about like what we've looked at, and when we were sorting this van out, we discussed every little angle that you possibly could discuss, and this ended up fitting the full criteria of everything. You know, we've just looked at the Nielsmann and Bischoff, £154,000. The first thing Caroline says to me is the fact that there's no door, there's no window in the door, and we always wanted a window in the door. It's just one of them things that you can see like who's standing outside. I expect the Nielsmann's probably got a Ring doorbell on it, you know what I mean, so you can see. But that was one of the silly little things that we actually wanted with this van, and again, like the shower, everything about this van, we are. And in the meantime, again, another little issue we've just been talking about is the fact that we're going to start trying to, we're just going to have a little reshuffle on some of our cupboards. This top cupboard, we keep our ketchup, all the usual favourites. We're nothing too flash. Tomato ketchup, brown sauce, Sarsen's vinegar. Occasionally, when Caroline's trying to access it, it's a little bit high, and she also like saying to me, "Joe, can you just like grab the ketchup from over the back?" So there's a couple of little things in the next few weeks. I'm going to try and sort of iron out some of these little tiny things that even to make it even more better. We're even talking about, everybody knows, I don't know if you know, I've got like a bread bin up in the top here, my Brabantia bread bin, and I said to Caroline, okay, Are you nearly better off with just a plastic container to keep your bread? What do you guys keep your bread in? Do you just keep it in the cupboard? Do you you know, maybe a plastic container to put a loaf of bread in and put it in the... So again, I'm talking about maybe losing the bread bin. Another little thing. There's all these little things that we're kind of just trying to make it even more better than it was before. We just want to try and... It's going to be like the $6 million BÜRSTNER. We are going to try and make it better than it was before. Faster, stronger. A van conversion, hi Joff, a van conversion is less space for similar money. You would probably feel very claustrophobic. Have a look at the Swiss Voyager 594 and the 484 automatic. Both are 7.8 meters long with a very large two-door garage. Good luck, Clive. Clive, this is a 7 meter motorhome. We do not like going over 7 meters. That is one of our criteria. The place I park it in here in my property, it's a little bit of a tight turn and it makes life a lot more difficult anything over 7 meters. So, and we always find the 7 meters, it's the cheaper band on the ferry, goes into the band of small motorhome. Parking it in supermarkets, it's just that little bit. Not a fan of van conversions. Too many compromises. I know a coach build has some, but for me, not enough space. Not for me, not enough to change. He likes the space. Good luck in what you do. Just remember, it can be a case of the better the devil you know. Thank you for that, David Western. Jonathan Marshall, he comments a lot. And Joff, you said it, your BÜRSTNER is at 7 meters, Jonathan, just under 7 meters, 6.99 is night and day in comparison to any panel van conversion. Get the ECU sorted and you'll be right for years to come. They all need servicing, cam belts, tires, batteries. One day they all break down. It's a risk we all carry with our favorite pastime. We have a good breakdown policy and relaxed attitude to what will be will be. Thanks, Jonathan. That's you know, again, massive thanks to Caravan Guard. We, you know, totally recommend Caravan Guard for that little taxi ride that we got back from Chichester. Absolutely superb, and like I say, no doubt it would have been probably a longer journey, obviously on the Europe side, but we didn't need it this time. It's swings and roundabouts. Every camper or motorhome has its problems. You know the drill, Joff. Layout. To be honest, there are thousands of Fiats out on the road. You've just been unlucky. It's a machine. It can and will be fixed. Get the loss of confidence. I get the loss of confidence. Yeah, we had that little, you know, we had a little bit of loss of confidence issue. But you know your van, even buying a brand new van, you could be buying more stress and trouble. I would fix yours and give it another go. I have a Fiat, it's been great. A good friend of mine has a Mercedes-Benz. Now that has been nothing but trouble. It's luck of the draw, mate. Thanks a lot. We just looked at a Volkswagen Crafter. It's a Grand Californian, so it's a made by Volkswagen. It is just over £94,000. We were like, wow, the prices they're commanding at the moment is just outrageous. We went from a 7 meter coach build to a 6 meter van, 18 months on, 19,000 miles done, and love where we can park it. Okay, so went from the 7 meter to a 6 meter, slightly smaller. You don't need to have the stuff you take most of the time, and plenty of storage in the garage. Plus there is a feel, a lot more solid. Yeah, I totally get it. You know, we sort of said, okay, a lot of these van conversions, if they've got a space under the garage, you can get your storage bins. You can put your chocks in a bigger storage bin if you need it. You probably don't need big Malenko chocks that we probably get away with some smaller ramps. Just maybe maybe trim back a little bit. We're looking to have a little trim back, to be honest. There was a few things on this trip. I've just taken out our halogen oven. We seem to be using the air fryer a hell of a lot more now, and on that short trip that we didn't even touch the halogen oven, and we haven't used it for a little while. So that is actually coming out of our motorhome. So we're starting to trim already. Okay. So oh, this one here, this was quite an interesting one. Yeah, thanks for this comment, and I really appreciate it. You cut your cloth according, if you get a van conversion, you will lose storage in most of them. You just learn what's important to take. And the Trekker that we looked at yesterday, the Trekker is a beast of a van. I prefer a van conversion as you can bring the outside in, as I have two sliding doors, a big back door that opens. In a coach build, you feel like you're either in or out. It's a really valid. I said to Caroline about this, and I totally get it. And you are either in your motorhome or kind of out, sat under the awning outside. You're not looking at the back, you know. Well, we spend a lot of time looking at the side windows, but not as regards opening them back doors and getting out by the ocean, sea views, rivers, whatever. I feel like you're either in or out. It really is down to what you like, and as most of them will be functional if you adapt how you live in them. My dad has both. His preference is the van conversion for him. Once you get it fixed, better the Debbie knows sometimes. Thank you very much. You comment a lot. Appreciate that one. It's a good one. Leanne Arnold, she commented about the Yellowstone. The Yellowstone is a great layout, except for your garage is your bedroom. Yeah. No separate garage as such. Heimer quality these days isn't that great, to be honest. No modern vans are. You will get your van fixed and soon be a distant memory. Don't overreact. Thank you, Leanne. I've just hit the like on that one, actually, but I appreciate that. Rod Carter. Don't buy anything British. Okay, yeah, and like they're all like really valid. Another one, I'm just going to have another little rattle on for 5 minutes. I don't want to bore you, but I think a lot of this is kind of like really good information that people have experienced. Eric Burr, met you guys prior to getting the BÜRSTNER. How excited were we about getting you? And we spotted your BÜRSTNER in the field at Newbury. Was it? I think it was Newbury, wasn't it? Eric, yeah, it was. Anyway, so Eric, Joff, please don't make a big mistake. We downsized from the Nexio Sovereign to a Heimer Yellowstone, and honestly, we could not use the toilet or shower because of this size. Also, walking around, my neck bent, bumping your head. After 2 years, we were back to a BÜRSTNER like yours. Those van conversions are like being in a sardine can, and I think, you know, once you get used to this kind of like space and stuff, and it's understandable, you know. Like being keep yours, sort out the bits and pieces. You can't beat it. How many Fiat motorhomes do you see on the side of the road broke down? Only ours, Eric, and that was over in Italy, France, Slovenia. Joff, mate, get yourself a crafter, man or Mark. You'll be waving goodbye to Fiat, promise. Thanks, mate. Brian, our good friend Brian, we dropped by the other day, High Bridge, place on Thursday, pouring rain, just to look at replacement for our Rapido 746, and we are after something like your BÜRSTNER. Twin island beds. Thanks, Brian. Separate loose shower, maybe an L-shaped lounge, dinette. We are not fans of sliding to the noise. I did say to Caroline about this, and it's another one. I don't know if you've seen that new Heimer, the Heimer, you know, the four-wheel drive. They've got like electric sliding doors now. My mind is fried. They've got the sliding door is like electric one now. but it's very valid, that bang, 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 you know. So so I'm just reading down through. Oh, he did say A classes. Were you tempted with an A class now, or still wary of the windscreen? Well, that was one of them things, mate, that I really think that, you know, if you were getting that engine protection, see, it's compromises, isn't it? If you compromise by trying to get that engine more covered in, a bit more away from the weather and stuff like that, and then you get a cracked windscreen, it's compromises. I don't know what the answer is, mate, honestly. Absolutely. This one here, took delivery of a new automatic Swift 594 with Ford cab, September the 2nd. Had a Swift 694 with Fiat cab and 10,000 miles. Unfortunately, I had some problems with the engine and the airbag module. The 594 is a different beast. Smoother ride, quieter, better power steering, pulling power, 155 brake horsepower. I'm going to have to, he's going to have it upplated without any modifications to 4,000 kg. Yeah, absolutely. There it is. Just a few. It's great to get them comments, because you can like read back down through and really sort of like take a lot of, and anybody sort of like looking for motorhomes and stuff, we feel that this kind of information coming from people that have got motorhomes, and we're always looking, guys, we're looking, it doesn't matter what type of motorhome you buy, whatever motorhome you got, we're always looking what was the advantages for you guys, how was it going, and we love to like share the information, because as soon as I know what is wrong with this, I will be sharing the information to the world. Honestly, I'm gonna have to be like, you know, putting the thumb screws on the Fiat technician to try and get all the insider information out of him. But we are feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm sort of feeling much better, that I'm probably thinking about actually getting my map out and maybe sort of like trying to get my head into another trip. That's how sort of like I'm feeling positive, and yeah. Just a general overview. Looking out there at the moment, we don't know what's happening in the motorhome world, because there's a lot of dealers with a lot of stock. The season, the sort of like season is coming to that seasonal kind of like thing. I know it's a non-seasonal occupation, and but there's a lot of stock in motorhome dealers. There's prices being slashed. There's a lot of money off, you know, what the price was, what we saw a few months ago. The prices are maybe coming down a bit. They're trying to tempt people a little bit more. So I think we'll have to watch this space and go from there. But thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you found it pretty informative, some of the information that we've tried to pass over, and thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, and mostly give us a comment, and we'll see you on the next installment. Thanks for watching. Bye.